Namaste, Pranam, meditation on the goddess Bhagavad Gita. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Rutavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Manusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavatveshinim. Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Partha. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O goddess, comprising of the 18 chapters and showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of Advaita, non-dualism. O my affectionate mother, destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. Vasudevasutam devam kansachanuramardanam devakim paramanandam krishnam vande jagadgurum. O Lord Krishna, son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, great Guru of the universe, the great teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. Now, today we will read the 41st Shloka of the Sankhya Yoga, the second Adhyaya, and Sri Krishna is going to tell us about the right way of right understanding and application, how to fructify, how to bring our efforts. He has told us, even if little effort you do on this path of Karma Yoga, you will destroy the fear of Mahat Bhayam, the great fear, the great anxiety, you will get rid of. So, how to do it? Now Sri Krishna is showing us that way. Vyavasāyātmikā buddhir ekeha kuru-nandana bahu-śhākhā hyanantāśh buddhayo vyavasāyinām. Sri Krishna says, vyavasāyātmikā. Vyavasāyātmikā is one-pointedness, all focused. What is all focused? Buddhi, determination. Our determination, our efforts, our understanding is all focused on one point. Ekeha, here, single-pointedness. Kuru-nandana, oh great joy of Kurus. Sri Krishna is referring to Arjuna as kuru-nandana, the great joy of the entire Kuru clan. Here the word Kuru is not only the Kauravas, it is the entire Kuru clan. And Arjuna is the great joy. Now there is a reason for this. We will see what that reason is of addressing Kaurava as Kuru-nandana. He is one among the so many of the Kuru clan. 100 Kauravas are there, 5 Pandavas are there, and all other Kuru, the relations and the relatives under that Kuru clan. So he is addressing Arjuna as one among all those Kurus. The joy of all those Kurus, O Kuru-nandana. Bahu-śhākhā hyanantāśh. Bahu-śhākhā is multi-branched, many-branched. He, indeed, anantāśh, and endless. Buddhayo, thoughts, whose thoughts are endless and multi-branched. Vyavasāyinām, of the irresolute, who have no focus, who have no concentration, who have no the right focus. So Krishna says, the firm in mind, O joy of the Kurus, there is in this but one decision. There is in this just but one focus. There is in this just one aim, one goal. Entire energy, entire work is focused towards that. It's just one decision. But many branching and endless are the decisions of the infirm in mind. Those who have not firmness, those who are wavering in their efforts and goals and aims. For them, the options, the goals are many branching and endless, so many. They are unable to focus on any one of them and they waste their efforts. And then there is that loss of effort that Sri Krishna has spoken of avikramanashaha in the previous verse. Avikramanashaha na iha avikramanashosti. So the people who are firm in mind are tenacious. They have just one thing to focus upon, just one decision to focus on. Oh, joy of Kurus. Like there are so many of people under the Kuru clan, but Arjuna is the one joy of the Kurus. And that's why Sri Krishna refers to him as kuru-nandana. There might be hundreds and thousands of people in that Kuru family. But Arjuna is the kuru-nandana. He is joy of all. Whether, even for his enemies for that matter, is joy of all the Kurus because he has those qualities. He is one-pointed. That was the reason why Arjuna could hit that target set by Dronacharya, the eye of the bird. He didn't see the tree around. He didn't see the leaves around. It was just one-pointed. And that was the reason. That is the reason Sri Krishna addresses him as Kuru-nandana. So, on the commentary on this particular shloka, as Swami Chidbhavananda ji has mentioned, a number of students work at a problem in mathematics. Wrong answers they get are numberless and they are constantly shifting from one way of solving the problem to another way when they get a wrong answer. But when the answer is right, then when the smart student gets a right answer, he no longer deviates from it. Now, the moment he gets the right answer, that's it. He doesn't have to try out, okay, can I solve this problem by this method? Can I solve this problem by this method? No need. He has got that right answer and his work stops there. Earthly hankerings are innumerable. Yes, there are so many, attractions. There are so many allurements in this earthly life, in this worldly life. And people go on changing constantly from one to another. It happens in our life. When we are small kids, our priorities are different. We feel a bus conductor is the wealthiest of the man with so much of coins in his purse. And as a child, we start aiming, I want to be the bus conductor. And kind of authority. But as the child grows, then the priorities keep on changing. So innumerable are the earthly hankerings, innumerable are the allurements, innumerable are the attractions in this world, and we keep jumping from one to another. We never have a fixed goal in mind. So Sri Krishna says, on this path of Karma Yoga, only he succeeds who is one-pointed, who has all the focus on one goal. And what is that goal? That goal is understanding the real self by performing detached work, by performing the work in a detached spirit with full concentration. Anyone who has concentration, we know in our student days, the students who were able to focus, they were all the bright students. They could they could get understand the subject matter in such a short time. And then they would spend time watching movies, playing sports, games, and all those things. And one would wonder, oh, how come this fellow is, spending so much time in playing, practicing his cricket game? Yeah, and then he's also spending time before the evening before the exam. He is going and watching a movie. That fellow, he's a smart fellow. All the focus, with all the concentration, he has put in his efforts in studying that subject. So now he is carefree. He can do whatever he wants just before the exam. There is no stress, there is no tension, and his life is absolutely smooth. So whenever we have this focus, whenever we have this concentration, whenever we have fixed our goals, then our efforts automatically get less tensed, get less intricate. It becomes easy for us with that focus. Firmness in mind comes to the one who learns concentration, which is serviceable both to the sacred and the secular. Like we have seen in the secular, in our worldly life, how that focus, how that concentration is helpful to the students. Same thing is helpful on the spiritual path also. Even on the path of Karma Yoga. Put all your efforts with one goal in mind. That I am going to work on this in a detached spirit. The workload, I won't feel it as a workload. No. So what? So what if I have to spend 14, 16, 18 hours a day on that particular thing? So what? It becomes a matter of duty for me. Fine, I'm doing it. I'm doing it for the sake of performing my duty. I don't have any attachments to it. I don't have any expectations from it. It was possible for Arjuna alone among the disciples of Drona to shoot his arrow successfully at the target within a grove. He didn't see all those, so many things were around. His focus was one point at that eye of the bird. That's what Dronacharya has asked his students, to hit that eye. And for Arjuna, it was the eye of the bird that mattered most. The branches of the tree, the leaves, the number of trees around, who is around me, everything was immaterial to him. For him, it was only eye of the bird. And my arrow has to reach that eye. It has to hit that eye of the bird. The Swami Chidbhavananda ji has given a very interesting, happening from the life of Swami Vivekananda when he was in America. When Swami Vivekananda was in America, he had an occasion to watch a few students practicing shooting. Their target was 3 or 4 eggshells tethered to float and dance on a rustling brook. The shells were shaking and dancing. The failure of all of them in their attempt, and Swamiji was standing there looking at those students. The failure of all of them in their attempts brought a smile on the lips of Swamiji. He said, "Oh my God, no one is able to do it." The provoked youth, the provoked students challenged the ability of the strange observer. He said, "You are smiling at our failure. Can you do it?" No, Swamiji had never held the rifle in his hand. And Swamiji accepted the challenge. Handling a gun for the first time in life, Swami shot and smashed the shell that he aimed at. First attempt. And rifle in his hand. Just focus on the shell which was to be hit. Swamiji just hit that shell. The first attempt. And the students were all amazed. "Sir, you are a great shooter. Where did you study? Where did you learn shooting? Art of shooting?" And then Swamiji told them, "No, this is the first time he is handling a gun." And then Swamiji told them, "The secret of success lies in concentration." Said Swamiji, "When Other students wondered how he could achieve it at the very first attempt. So that's how the great personalities they work. And whatever they do, their entire focus. Swamiji did not read the entire Encyclopedia of Britannica to understand what is written in there. Just gleaning from the few pages, he could make out everything what is written there. And Swami Chidbhavananda gives another example of Sir Jagdish Chandra Bose, the famous scientist, demonstrated to the world that all the feelings and sensations found in man are in plants as well. When questioned as to how he could probe into that mystery of the plants having the same emotions and same feelings, he replied, "Know all about plants. I myself became the plant mentally. I became one with them. I became one with them to understand how they feel. And having become one with them, I knew that yes, they also have the feelings. They also have the sensations. They also respond to emotions." He meant to say that unknown becomes known through concentration and attention. This one-pointedness, that is what Sri Krishna is referring to, is required while following the path of karma. To this, Swami Chidbhavananda ji has given a beautiful, quotation, the teaching of Sri Ramakrishna, of how this one-pointedness is so much essential on any path, whether it is a worldly life, earthly life, or spiritual life. And whichever path we are following, whether it is karma yoga, or the bhakti yoga, or the jnana yoga, or the raja yoga, whichever path, one-pointedness is the basic requirement. Now, Sri Ramakrishna's quotation on this: in whatever direction a ship may be sailing, the compass needle in it always points to the north. Ship may go anywhere, this direction, that direction, but the compass that is in the hands of the captain of the ship, the needle of the compass is always pointing towards north. Even so, amidst all eventualities in life, the mind of a knowing man is always fixed on the ideal. That's what Sri Ramakrishna says. The man of knowledge, he always has his mind fixed on the goal. And what happens when you have fixed your mind on the goal? Any amount of effort you put in, you don't feel the strain, you don't feel the stress, you don't feel the burden of it. So one-pointedness, and that's why Sri Krishna says that the one who has a knowledge, he is always one-pointed. But those infirm-in-mind, those who don't have any direction, those who are directionless, those who are goalless, they will have hundreds and thousands of goals in front of them. I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I will do it this way. Next moment, if this is not happening, I will do this way. Okay, this is not working, now I will do this way. Why this is happening? Because there is no focus. Decide upon the goal. Work out a plan of action. Study it. Is it going to help me getting to my objective, getting to my goal? If that happens, then you you get that determination that yes, now I'm going to work in this way. And this is one of the practical way of applying the theory practice that Sri Krishna has told us in this 41st shloka of the Sankhya Yoga. And this practicality, the practical solutions of walking the path of Karma Yoga, Sri Krishna is going to tell us throughout now. So That was our 41st reading of the 41st Shlok. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Ma. Jai Swami.